Well, hello and welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy Appears video. For some reason, I thought this was Datacron set 20, not 19. Apparently, in my recording on my main account for Gearing Arena just now, I said set 19 and then set 20. I don't know what set 20 is going to bring, so disregard that. But anyways, Datacron set 19. They did a horrible job formatting this for the post online, here on their freaking forums. So yeah, great job, CG, for being lazy and just... You didn't even take screenshots of your freaking Excel spreadsheet that you take this from. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Anyways, stats being boosted, defense pin, resistance pin, crit chance, offense, critical damage, potency, tenacity. Is this just a carbon copy of the existing set stats? Let's see. No mercy, stats. Nope. Critical damage, potency. Oh no, health and protection. That's what's different in Hell Steel instead of the armor pin, defense pin, and what is it, critical or crit damage? Yeah, crit damage. No crit damage is there, so a couple differences, but more or less kind of the same. So we're going to be seeing lots of people running defense pin and probably just mainly defense pin, honestly, let's be completely honest. Resistance pin's not going to be a bad choice, but, you know, defense pin or resistance pin, critical damage, and offense is going to be beneficial as well, so yeah. Light side and dark side alignments, are they exactly the same? They are exactly the same. Jeez, that is boring. So for both alignments, whenever they start the battle with 25% TM, whenever either light side or dark side allies use a basic, they gain crit chance up, critical damage up, and offense up for 2 turns. That's good for like basically every single team. Why would you not want buffs on basic? Or unless you want to use the buffs on special. Or like the which alignment is it that has buffs on special right now? That'd be light side for the No Mercy Datacron. So let's see. Whenever they're damaged by health percent damage effects, they recover 2% health. Whenever they gain a buff, they recover 2% health protection. And whenever they start their turn with at least 2 buffs that can be dispelled, they gain 5% off in stacking until the enemy encounter. That's honestly not bad. Especially just stacking offense. Like, wait, what did I know? Someone posted the one that Zareth made. What did he suggest for some of these teams? Let's see. TM gain. TM 25% TM for the Imperial Troopers. What in the world? That's a suggestion, and not buffs on basic, or even just like stacking offense based on buffs. Okay, that's a weird option. Why do they call it armor pin? It's not armor pin, it's defense. What is this dude on? He completely mislabeled this thing. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so yeah. Wait, they double copied the dark side rolls. Okay, no, it's not the same for both alignments. Dark side gets that stuff. Light side has something completely different. Jeez, CG, you're sloppy as sloppy can be. Light side, whenever they grant buffs to another ally, that ally recovers 3% health protection. Whenever light side allies critically hit enemies more than 4 times during their turn, they gain 5% critical damage stacking until the end of the battle. Whenever they resist debuff, they recover health 2% health protection. Whenever they stun or daze an enemy, they recover 10% health and 10% protection. And then 15% max health and max protection for each light side ally at the beginning of the battle. So yeah, definitely want that max health, max protection. The critical hit one's not bad for stacking critical damage, but you know, eh. Alright, so, like I said in the video, for my main account, Rebels, Unaligned Force Users, Imperial Troopers, and Tuskens are getting boosted this go around for level 6. Start with Unaligned Force Users. Whenever they grant buff to another ally, that ally gains 10% TM. Whenever they start with these 2 debuffs that can be dispelled, there's a 65% chance they dispel all debuffs on themselves. Whenever they are critically hit, they gain 100% critical avoidance and 100% critical chance for 2 turns. Whenever they defeat an enemy, they take a bonus turn. Whenever they fall below 50% health, they reduce their cooldowns by 1 and gain 10% TM. Interesting. Not honestly, like, maybe that, but like you have the Star Killer Datacron and the Mara Jade and the Grand Inquisitor Datacron right now. That'll be getting replaced by this whenever they go away, but you're better off just using set 18, honestly. I mean, yeah, the 100% critical avoidance and crit chance is going to be kind of annoying if you pair it up with Rey, maybe Ahsoka as well. I don't know how many. I mean, I know .gg said we have like about 1,200, just short of 1,200 GL Ahsokas unlocked in the game right now. So we'll see if that keeps going up as we get closer to, you know, next week and all that. Rebels, whenever they critically hit an enemy during a turn, well, whenever Rebel allies critically hit an enemy during a turn, that ally gains 10% off and stacking for 2 turns. Oh, whenever they use a special, they gain Rip Save for 2 turns. That's annoying. At the end of their turn, they gain defense pin up and offense up for a turn. Honestly, either the Rip Save or the defense pin up and offense up might be the best choices for Rebels. Whenever they attack at a turn, they have a 25% chance to remove 10% TM from the target enemy. I mean, if it was a little bit of a higher chance, it maybe be worthwhile, but like, because the amount of assisting that Chewie, Han, and Chewie all do, maybe, or even C-3PO assisting, but like, I'm thinking of just CLS teams, Rebel teams as a whole, maybe, but like the Ripasay and the buffs for ending their turn probably better off. Whenever they're stunned, they gain 50% TM and recover 25% health protection. I still want Ripasay or defense pin up or offense up. Imperial Troopers, they have whenever they drop below 50% health for the first time, they gain damage immunity and health steal up. Whenever they have full health, full protection, they deal 100% more damage on their turn. Whenever they attack at a turn, again, like the Rebels, they have a 25% chance to remove 100% TM. The other two, let's see. At the start of the battle, all allies are going to lose their max protection and gain that much max health, and gain grit until the end of battle, which cannot be copied or dispelled. That one would probably be the best idea to do. I don't know how much it'll make the... I mean, there's the grit one, which makes it to where they take reduced damage from percent health damage effects, right? But then the next one, you have the 400% offense at the deficit of losing 50% of their current defense till the end of the battle. So one of these two would probably be the better options than the rest of them, to be completely honest. Because, you know, you gain grit, or you can get, you know, 400% offense. Why would you not want both? I mean, both would be good options, let's be completely honest here, for the Imperial Troopers. The 400% offense would be really good for, like, Iden teams. Maybe you could make something work with, you know, Imperial Remnant once they lose their Datacron pretty shortly, so maybe, maybe not. But Tuskens, like I said in my Grand Arena video, they don't get... Well, you're not even going to see the Grand Arena video until after this video goes up, so... In my Grand Arena video, I said they didn't get their long-winded level 6 roll, which is true, because they, whenever debuff on an enemy expires, they gain 2% potency and tenacity until the end of battle. Whenever an ally falls below 100% health, they gain a bonus turn. Tusken allies start with damage you for 2 turns, which can't be copied. The first time they drop below 50% health, they gain damage immunity for a turn and gain health steal up for 2 turns. And if there's no blinded enemy, blind will be inflicted on the enemy for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. So, I don't know which one I'm going to go for the Tuskens. I'll make a couple of them just to have. I'm probably going to inadvertently make quite a few of them because I'm going to be going for the Imperial Remnants, mainly for the dark side alignment. It also depends on what alignment the unaligned Force user is. If it's purely light side, then, you know, I don't have to worry about it. But let's just get to the roles anyways. So, of course, GL Ahsoka has her Datacron debut. At the start of the battle, all Spectre allies will gain Morai, I don't know how to pronounce that. That wisdom for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, or rented. And whenever a Spectre ally with Morai's wisdom uses a special ability, Ahsoka Tano will gain 3% ultimate charge. And I know I didn't do a video over her kit, which is, you know, my own. Didn't really want to, because why would I want to try to make a heads or tails video out of this whenever I wasn't really thrilled for her to becoming a GL in the first place? So what Morai's wisdom is, you gain 15 speed, you take 10% less damage, and you take reduced damage from percent health damage effects, and you're also immune to turn meter reduction, which, you know, woo. Doesn't she just flat out give them it at the beginning of the battle as well? Let's see. I remember somewhere in her kit that they have a way of getting Morai's wisdom, or is it the ultimate that gives it to the whole team? wherever it is, it's still going to be an annoying Datacron dealer. Commander Ahsoka Tano's isn't really good. She has a 20% chance to get 50% defense pin for her turn. Really? That's the best we could do for Commander Ahsoka? Let's be honest. I wouldn't want it any other way because they can make her extremely busted and give her way more than necessary. CLS has a Datacron returning. Whenever he damages an enemy with a special and they don't have armor shred, he's inflicting armor shred. So it's basically like the Kiadi-Mundi one that keeps cropping back up over time. Like, and then whenever he uses a basic and damages an enemy with armor shred, he inflicts exposed for 2 turns and also gains 50% protection up, stacking for 2 turns. Cal Kestis has one where he has 5% max health and max protection per relic and fire level on himself, and the damage he receives is decreased by 15%. Padawan Sabine Wren gains 15% TM whenever another ally uses a special ability on their turn. That one's honestly not going to be a bad idea to grab along the way because even if you don't have if you don't have GL Ahsoka, but you get Padawan Sabine, you could use this Datacron with Mandalorians because she'll be getting 50% TM every time someone else on her team uses a special. Why would you not want that? Ahsoka's on a Fulcrum. Whenever an enemy takes a turn, she'll be taking a turn. So like the Dengar Datacron. And during this bonus turn, she deals 100% more damage. This bonus turn cannot trigger this effect on enemies. So definitely one to also grab to throw with Maliko, like Seer Maliko's team, especially for Territory War. That'll be a good one. And even in Grand Arena, once Malikos' Datacron leaves in a couple months for like the 1 month, this will be like the Datacron maybe to run with that team. Possibly, depending on the player. Lando, whenever he critically hits an enemy, he gains 10% critical damage, defense, pin, and offense, stacking to 200% until the end of the battle. C-3PO will gain 15% TM whenever other allies use a special on their turn. Not a bad one to grab. First time Han Solo is defeated, he revives 100% health, gains protection over time, 75% 2 turns, and takes a bonus turn. Again, not a bad one to have, but you'd probably be better off running the CLS Datacron with the CLS team. You're going to be running Han with him. Captain Han Solo, on his turn, he dispels all debuffs on himself, and then he recovers 5% health for each debuff dispelled this way. Stormtrooper Han will be gaining 5% more damage per relic and fire level on all allies present at the start of the battle. So ideally, you'd slot in Han at relic 5 or whatever, and then hope everyone else is relic 5 or higher just to give him way more damage output. Death Trooper, whenever he deals damage to an enemy, you remove 25% TM from that enemy. Honestly, not bad, but not great. I mean, it's just TM removal, but it's still one you'll probably pick up along the way as you go for the other Imperial Trooper ones. Range has the same one as Lando, so whenever he critically hits someone, Range will be getting 2% critical damage, defense, pin, offense, stacking to 200%. Snow Trooper has the same one as Death Trooper Peridia has right now. So whenever he critically hits an enemy, he gains damage immediately for a turn, which can't be copied, 25% TM, and blind on the enemy for a turn. Which, if you know anything about Snow Trooper, he crits quite a bit. So if you can get Snow Trooper to be critting quite a bit, we'll use mine as an example. Yes, it looks weird because I have Force Dark mode on right now. But my Snow Trooper, 80%, I could probably boost that up if I wanted to. I probably honestly should, but like his basic, I mean his AoE will reduce the cooldown of his AoE every time it critically hits by 1. So if you're spamming that AoE, you're likely just to be constantly getting damage immunity on Snow. Also, like the rest of it, if the enemy is target locked, Snow Trooper will gain protection up for two turns, 100% protection up. Retribution and speed up for 2 turns. Definitely not a bad one to grab, especially if you have Snow Trooper worked on. Probably not one you need to get, because probably the one you want to grab is Admiral Piett, because whenever the first time he's defeated, and if there's one other active ally, he revives all other defeated allies, and all other allies will gain 100% health and protection. Gain 100% team and 100% offense stacking until the end of the battle. So this is one you definitely want to grab, because if you run him with Vader or like Veer's lead Imperial Troopers as well, it's definitely one you want to have. Magma Troopers isn't bad either. Whenever he uses a basic, he gains protection up 50% stacking for 2 turns and gains 50% TM. And then whenever he damages an enemy using a special, you inflict fear for 1 turn on that enemy, which cannot be resisted. He only has 1 special, which is his grenade throw. So let's go back this way to the characters. Yeah, he only has one special, so, you know, I need to also slice his mods because, you know, me being an Imperial Trooper lover, I probably should have done that. But also his special is really good anyways because you remove 30% CM with a 70% chance to remove an additional 30%, and it ignores armor, so it's still not a bad one to have. If you want to have if you have Magna Trooper worked on, you'll get it regardless, but you're likely to get it picked up by accident as you're going for Admiral Piett. Tuskens have all of theirs returning. Whenever Chieftain uses a basic, other allies gain 2% TM. Tusken Shaman will dispel all debuffs on himself and recover 5% health for each debuff dispelled that way. Raider, whenever they invade an attack, they gain crit chance up and critical damage up for 2 turns and gain 50% TM. Warrior, whenever they deal damage, they're dealt damage, they reflect 20% of it back to the attacker as true damage, which can't be evaded, and it can't kill the enemy. Honestly, that's not a bad one to have. I'll probably go for like Warrior and Chieftains, honestly. And then will gain 50% TM whenever another ally uses a special ability on its turn. So, for like 3v3, you'd obviously want to run Chieftains, Datacron, and then like, if you end up having like, you know, if you want to run somewhere else, maybe that one would be a bad one to have, but like, you're basically going to be running Chieftain, Warrior, and Raider together, so in 3v3, so there's no point in really being too pressed, but like, Raiders and Chieftains, Raider, Warrior and Chieftains are the best options for the Tuskens, and then like I said, Piett, probably best one for the Imperials. Snow and Magmas are definitely not bad ones. Honestly, all of the Imperial Remnant ones aren't bad to an extent, but like, you really want Pietts. Rebels, you want Han, maybe C-3PO as well. Lando, Stormtrooper Hans, you have to have them worked on. Online Force users, all of them are pretty nifty in one extent or another. Fulcrums you'll want. GL Ahsoka's, if you have her, you'll want it. Commander Ahsoka Tano's, you really don't need to grab it. CLS you definitely want to have for his team. Cals isn't bad either for the extra max health and max protection because you can slot him into a raid team with that Datacron, or even Seer. Padawan's Beans, if you're working towards GL Ahsoka, you definitely want to have it irregardless of the fact, because you'll be getting 50% TM, and if you're not running her with like the Spectre team, then you can run her with the Bo-Katan Mandalore team, and that'll help you a little bit by giving Padawan Sabine extra TM as it is. So, but yeah, that's enough rambling about this Datacron set. Not too sure what all, I don't know why I mean, it's not, I mean, honestly, it's an interesting Datacron set, but we'll see how things turn out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I hope you have a good rest of your day.